Hey, come here.
Yes, Dad.
Hey, look. Hey, Google.
How did you do that?
Hey, Google. What's our profession?
Line them up, knocking them down.
Line them up, knocking them down. Bella, get over here.
How did you do that?
All right, my kiddies are here, so that means this 21-year-old Olympic athlete needs to check out. So until I see you next time, I'll see you at the top. Say goodbye to all the people.
Bye, all the people.
What's our profession?
Line them up, knocking them down.
That's awesome. You kiddies are so cool. How'd you get to be so cool?
Jesus.
That's right.
She's not cool. She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
You know what they say?
Hello, everyone. It's Joel Davis with the United Medical Transportation Providers Group. You are the broker.com and home care access. And a lot of great things, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. So where to start? I'm just trying to maximize my time as I sit here and wait. That's why I'm shooting this video, to maximize my time. Because what is the most precious commodity out there? Time. We have got to maximize our time. So how about that? I think it was Dawn or Dan. One of them sent out that email from last week while I was gone. Last week was tough. Went to the Adirondacks with my wife and my kiddies, my little crumb crunchers. And my wife, man, she did her best to try to get me to remain radio silent. Because I told her I would do my best. Because I've been going hot and heavy for, since the beginning of the year. I do a lot of trips down south to regulate my troops, broker business, get things lined up. And like I talked about in the previous video, I'm bringing on my regional directors, bringing them on as limited partners, doing some good things with them. So there's a lot of things going on there with that. A lot of opportunity. But anyway, so I've been so busy with that stuff that I told my wife I'd do my best, but she knows I get stir crazy quick. I'm not one of those guys like, when I'm 65, I'm gonna retire and just go fish. I can't do that. Like, I'm cool with that. I could go fish for a couple days, do my thing, but after that, I'm out. I get too antsy. I got things to do. So that's why she saw I was getting crazy and I had to go. So I went up. Let's see. I think maybe Dan or Dawn or Charlie, I don't know which one, sent out that picture that we took when I went to see Barry and Melody. How about God, man? God is just so good because his timing is just impeccable. So Barry and Melody, they ordered a market valuation a couple weeks back, and I was pretty much done with it. I needed a couple little things. I had my peeps reach out to them, but they were on vacation, so I didn't get it. And then I turn around, when they come back, I'm going on vacation. So it just worked out perfect that here it is. I'm only about 35, 40 miles from where we were on vacation from where they live. So middle of the week, I told my wife, I'm like, that's it. We out. We had a road trip this sucker. So we went up there and surprised them, and great surprise. It was great meeting them. They're doing good stuff. They were surprised to see me, very appreciative. Love them. Good people, hardworking people, salt of the earth people, kind of people you want to break bread with. Next time, if you're watching this, Barry and Melody, next time I'm up that way, we're going to have to spend more time up there, come out there and break bread. So anyways, so I had to go up there and do that. But when I'm gone, when I go radio silent like that for that long, things pile up. So now I'm still back here trying to catch up. And there's so many beautiful things going on. But if you saw that email from that we received while I was up in the Adirondacks there from Kevin, starting work with Kevin here soon. Crazy. I'm gonna have my people. So as you watch this video, I'm gonna have my video guy put that that email up there so you could read through that while I'm talking. Got to be able to do two things at one time: chew gum and walk. But so Kevin, I mean, here it is. I love this email. I feel bad for him. I'm excited to work with him, but it's one of those things. It's like, man, you gotta love and appreciate the honesty, because here it is. He's like, hey, Joel, I know what you're trying to do. I know your business philosophy, but I'm gonna do it my way. And he did it his way, and you know, he had some good momentum going for a while. I haven't gone through his numbers yet, so I don't know how profitable he was when he was doing all his broker work and everything. But again, he got bit, and that's what I keep telling everybody. Hey man, that's cool. Do your broker work. Do your broker work. Understand that's your pet alligator. But you can't play with that pet alligator like it's a dog. You ain't playing fetch with it. You know, you're not gonna get down the ground and you know, scrap around with them or anything like that. You can't do it. That alligator's gonna bite you. And there's plenty of you watching this right now. It's just one of those things you think it's never gonna happen to you. I mean, you could be a multi-million-dollar business and you could lose it in an instant. And when I say instant, maybe it's legitimately a slow burn. They just gradually start reducing your trip volume. But again, I've said it how many times. It's like, man, to me, that's risky. That's risky. Now, if you read the article, the post I just put up on umtpg.org. So now look at the difference between that and someone like my guy Manny. So Manny's closing on Friday. So Manny's going to triple his business. This Friday is the closing for his business. So Manny launched his business like 5 minutes before the scamdemic. Single vehicle, doing his thing. Wanted to start with more. Used my material, read my stuff, studied it, watched the DVDs, all that good stuff. But we weren't working one-on-one. It wasn't until last year, early last year, he enlisted my help for one-on-one. And so we started to, that's how we ended up adding those 2 vehicles last year in 2022. And here's what's awesome about it. So he's in the business for, 2-3 years at the time, gets himself up to 5 vehicles. His competitor has been in the marketplace for 10 years and 10 vehicles. Now, so Manny, is his big fleet? I wouldn't say so. I mean, 3, he was at 3 before, from 2020 to 2021. He went to 1 late in the fall of 2020. He went to 2. Let's see, in 2021 he had his 3rd one. So he's moving slow. If we're going by the standard of fleet size, I want to be big. So many people still rate us all that nonsense. Oh, I want to be the biggest in my area. Why? Don't focus on that. That's stupid, man. Focus on being the most profitable you could be. And I'll touch on that in a second if I remember. So then last year when I started working with him, we did a couple, I call them upgrades to his business. Definitely revamped his business model for sure. But enough, so we started moving things so much so that by the end of last year, here it is, he's adding 22 vehicles. And as we're talking about his competitors, he has this one competitor that has 10 vehicles. They've been in business for 10, 11 years. Okay, that's not like overly impressive. I mean, and there's other competitors in the marketplace, but I told him, I said, look, man, if you're telling me these guys haven't added any more vehicles, they're moving slow, being stagnant, coupled with some other rumors that he had going on, I said, look, man, we need to just reach out to them and ask them, hey, are you interested in selling your business? So, I talked about that in the blog post, but look at the difference. When he closes with the stroke of a pen, Manny's going to triple in size. Now, look, was Manny setting the world on fire? I'll be the first one to tell you he wasn't. Was he at $1 million business? No, he was still in the 600s. Okay, so he's in the 600s, had a decent margin, kept improving. So he's in the 600s, but now with a stroke of a pen, he just tripled in size, and he went from about 650,000 in annual revenue to now he's going to like 1.6, 1.7, because the business we're acquiring here is just over pennies over $1 million. So in the stroke of a pen, he triples in size, goes from 5 vehicles to 15. He'll literally be closer to, technically be a little over 1.7. Triple in size of employees, things like that. But like I talked about in the blog post, he's going to increase his margin because we're going to get rid of redundancies and duplicate processes and procedures. We don't need to have 2 locations and 2 leases. We're fighting in the same market space, so we don't need 2 locations. There's going to be a great deal of consolidation, so the margins are going to go up. It's the same philosophy I talk about, that if you're operating, a home care and NEMT, and you're able to consolidate, especially a lot of your managerial and internal HR, I mean, you're going to be increasing your margins, and you're going to be ahead of a lot of the standard metrics out there. But it's such a difference, and trust me, Kevin, if you're watching this, I mean, I hope you know I'm not crapping on you here. I'm just stating the obvious. So Kevin's situation, look at the difference. So Kevin's been in the business since, 2017. So 5-6 years plus, whatever. And like he said, Kevin specifically said in his email, I mean, it's like, if he has nothing to sell, what is it? Now, the business that Manny is closing on Friday, yeah, there's a good percentage of that business that we're purchasing that's Medicaid work. But trust me, because Manny has already been in the business for the last 3 years and has a high degree of experience, because he's operating in the same space, because of I'll call it the plight of the seller. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can in case certain people are watching this. I just don't think that the seller was overly ambitious in how we move forward with the business. I think that he got complacent. I would tell him that to his face. Now, compound that with economic circumstances. You get complacent, you lose that hunger and that thirst and desire to push, grow, scale. Now you couple that with our current economic calamity, inflation going through the roof, gas doubles, everything costs more, taxes, interest rates are going up. Want to recapitalize your vehicles, costs more money. So all of these things led to a great opportunity. And to Manny's surprise, when he asked him, "Hey, are you interested in selling?" It was, as Manny said, he was welcomed. He was it was a welcoming telephone call by Manny to the seller. So, but just look at the difference, though. Look at the difference. You look at Kevin. Again, I'm not trying to dump on him, because I'm glad that Kevin is enlisting our help, because I'd like to think that we're going to be able to revamp, overhaul, change, redirect, re-strategize, put the business on a completely different trajectory. In a previous 1 or 2 videos, we talked about that one business, a couple of them actually, that closed down. We talked about the one business that I think they started in 2009, I think. And they just closed down. They were operating like 38 vehicles before the pandemic. After the scamdemic, they were at 22, and they just closed down. Closed down as of was it March 1st? I think it was March 1st or April 1st, one or the other. They just closed down. It's like, I can't relate to that. I can't understand and relate to it. then there's another one where another guy I've been working with for a number of years, he referred this lady to us, and she's been in business for 15 years. And for whatever reason, it's like, he said, hey, man, you need to talk to this 21-year-old Olympic athlete. And, he could help you, but she didn't do it. Why? I don't know. Too much pride, they know it all, whatever. But it's like, man, how do you be in business that long and you got nothing to show for it? To me, that's insanity. I can't understand that. I can't understand that. And it's one of those things that you got to be like, here's the deal. I've talked about this several times. And so you guys you watching this, if you're still watching to this point, I know you're committed, so you've heard this and you understand it. No one cares about you. And I know that sounds hard. No one cares about you. No one cares about your business. No one cares about your top line, your bottom line. You got to fight for it all yourself. And you got to have a bigger vision. That's why I say, since no one cares, now look, does that mean you don't care about the people you're transporting? Of course you do. Home care, does that mean you don't care for the clients you're taking care of? Of course you do. When I was driving, no question. Look, I tell everybody, I got into this business, and when I started my NEMT, it was strictly off of, I saw the opportunity, I saw the money, boom, I'm going after it. Now, did I make great money, got some great contracts? Yeah, but I got humbled along the way. There's no question. God definitely had to humble me, and there were many different instances where I did get humbled. And I realized, man, it's not just about the money, it's the clients. And I had literally understood firsthand that if you take good care of the clients, you never have to worry about money. And it's true. Now, understand, when I discovered that was also before all these brokers. These brokers are just running savage right now in many places. That's why I absolutely love what we're doing. I mean, we are kicking their butt in so many different places. Absolutely love it. But two key, I'll do a quick side note. Two fundamental events that changed our industry. First one was the explosion of the Medicaid brokers, which were the direct result of Obamacare. Obamacare was definitely a big strike, because that's what really just exploded the Medicaid brokers. You went from, the Obamacare ushered in, it increased Medicaid enrollment by 133%. So it's like, boom, you started seeing brokers on every street corner. So it was like sharks to bloody water. Second thing was the real emergence and explosion of rideshare, because it cannibalized all the low-hanging fruit. A lot of the low-hanging fruit. Still a lot of low-hanging fruit out there, but it's like you can't. It's limited. It's limited. Many different people, many different areas. But what the beautiful thing about that is also forced people to sharpen and elevate their play, sharpen their game and elevate their play. That's the good thing. That was the good thing. That was the good byproduct of the rideshare. And that's why when people come to us still and they're like, oh, I'm just going to start with my own sedan. We're like, burr, 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 burr. Same old. Oh, I'm just going to start with this one broker. I'm going to start with this one broker, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. How's that working out for Kevin? I mean, Kevin was riding that wave, and he'd be the first one to tell you. Kevin will be the first one to tell you, I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. I knew I shouldn't have dated that stripper. Boom. He dated the stripper, caught some STDs. Now he's paying the price for it. But we're gonna right that ship. Now that Kevin's gonna be working with us, we gotta right that ship. But you gotta think bigger, man. Think bigger. The one thing that's good, like when I was up in the Adirondacks, my wife's forcing me to, go radio silent at times. Man, I was trying to sneak. But it's like, man, what is the most important thing? And we all know, like, it's textbook. It's textbook. Time is the most important thing. But what does your time look like for you? It's like, I want to be with my wife and my kids, be with my friends, be with my family. I love being with many of you. I mean, when I travel around, I meet with many of you guys. I'm gonna start doing some more of that too. I love meeting with a lot of you guys, man. You guys You guys are awesome, man. I got some great client providers for sure. And my hope is, I know I'm jumping all over the place here, so stay with me. My hope is that as I further reshape my broker business, it's going to give me more freedom and flexibility to do more things, bigger and better things. I say bigger and better loosely because, I mean, I can't complain about my broker business. It's been phenomenal. But I could see where, like, if I didn't make a change, like, what does that end game look like? I tell many of you guys, you know, you got to find the exit strategy, but my broker business was getting so big and diverse, and so it was so, I would almost argue, fragmented in terms of there was different services that we were operating and offering regionally that it was, I could see that it's going to be more difficult unless I'm more hands-on. And that's something that Joel Davis cannot do. I cannot afford to be more hands-on for something like that. It's just like my NEMT business. Like I say, do we love our people? Do we love our clients, our customers? Yes, of course we do. But as I've always said, if I'm driving, if Joel Davis is driving, I'm losing. Let's not get it twisted. Let's play this thing absolutely straight. We got to play this straight. No one's ever going to accuse me of sparsing words. We got to play this straight. This industry, transportation industry, NEMT, whatever, it is full of clowns. A lot of good people, don't get me wrong, but it's full of clowns. A lot of bravado boys. Some of the bravado boys are vicious, man. They're going to tell you how good they are. Oh, man, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm doing 2 million in sales. Wait, hold on, I gotta answer the phone. I'm dispatching. I'm doing 2 million in sales. Hold my beer. I gotta go make this phone call. That's why I'm always clowning these White Walkers who are writing their books and doing their seminars, but you're still driving in your business. I mean, you got to define who and what you are and what you want. Is the goal, if the goal is to help people, like I just want to go help old people, bro, sister, whatever your pronouns are, love you. God has a special place for you. When I was transporting my people, did I take very good care of my people? Of course I did, but I knew I couldn't transport. The more I drive, the more I lose. I'm a creator. I'm a doer. I gotta build things. That's why I'm so antsy. I can't go up to Adirondacks and just sit there and kick it. I could never retire and just go fish perpetually. I got friends who are like that, who could do that. I'm not, that's not me. I'm not that guy. I could never do that. So it's like, you watching this, I don't know who you are, where you are, how much money you got. Maybe your goal is to be a millionaire. Okay, look, is $1 million a lot of money? If you're going to the store to buy food, no question, a lot of money. Is a whole lot of money in the whole wide scope of life? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. We all know that. I mean, just look at inflation. $1 million today ain't $1 million 2 years ago. Certainly ain't $1 million when we had the businessman in office. Certainly wasn't, $1 million 10, 20 years ago. Think about. Remember some of you watching this. Some of y'all may be too young for this. Think about how the Y2K. The Y2K seems like it was 5 minutes ago. Y2K. Oh, sky's falling. Everything's gonna stop. Y2K. That's 23 years ago. That seems like 5 minutes ago. That's how quickly time flies, man. Even my wife the other day was like, because we're getting this other dog. We got this one new dog. Both our dogs died last year. They died within 6 days of each other. It's crazy how things happen like that. So the one dog dies. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting a dog until we move and go to Texas. Well, at the end of the day, I end up getting beat down with all the emotions between my little kitties, missing their doggy, my wife. Well, being the softy that I am, I relent, obviously. We get the dog. And sure enough, I relent again, and we get a second dog. So we're picking him up here in a couple weeks. And my wife the other day was talking about, I was like, look, based on how old we are, I said, whoa, slow down. I'm 21. It's honey. It's not about what you think you are. It's about what you identify as. So you might think that you're this. Your birth certificate may say this, but no. Just choose something else. Identify as something else. She thinks I'm crazy. But anyways, but she's legitimately saying, it's like, all right, man, if you got a dog 10 years, She's like, man, it's crazy to think about. Like, how many more dogs do I really have in my life? It's crazy to think like that, but it's true. It's like, how many more of events do you have? How many more businesses do you have to build? This is all, what is it all based on? Time, man, time. That's why so if you want to be, look, here's the deal. If you watch this right now, if you're still watching this, I love you. But if you're watching this, what's the goal? Be rich? What's rich look like? $1 million? I'm going to be honest with you. It's not rich, and it's not that big of a deal. Here's the deal. I'll show you this. Once you get the first million, the second comes quicker. It just does. It's a fact. And it escalates from there. And it's a beautiful thing. I've always said, there's a million ways to make $1 million. It's not hard like people think. But look, you watching this, is the goal to be rich? Multi-millionaire? I mean, look, I'm all for that. Can you do it by driving? No. Can you do it in your home care agency by literally providing care? No. You got to own it. Here's the challenge, too. Here's the challenge. The challenge is this, man. The labor force, man, it's freaking changed. Labor force, man, it's changed. It's like, I don't want to say the inmates are ruling the asylum, but man, I ain't far removed from that. I mean, you got people coming telling you this is the beautiful thing about my broker business is that having 1099 contractors, is it free of challenges? No, of course not. It can be harder to find because, not everyone's gonna have a box truck or an enclosed trailer. So already you're coming out with a limited pool. But one of the key benefits, there's multiple benefits. One of the benefits of having 1099 contractors over employees is they have much more of a feast or famine mentality. That 1099 contractor knows that if I don't get up and go hustle, I don't eat. Feast or famine. So that is one key distinct difference of having 1099 contractors, because they look at it like it's their own business, even though it's like, dude, man, you own a job. I mean, if you look at Kevin, for example. Kevin has his entire business cut out, just his knees cut out from beneath him. And he's like, you read his email, but hey, you don't have to worry about the pride. I'm humbled. Okay, boom. He's working. He's look at me. And again, I keep picking on Kevin because we had so many people email us after whoever sent that email out. We had so many people email us and say, this is exactly what happened to me. This is exactly what's happening to me now. Or this is why I'm no longer in the business because I lost everything because of this exact same thing. It's crazy. And again, that's why it's risky. It's like, you think you own your own business, but you're literally working for the broker. You're literally working for the broker. Now, in my broker business, which everyone, if you're new to this channel, you're watching this, my broker business has nothing to do with Medicaid, nothing to do with NEMT. It was all about logistics and a lot of just because we were so large and working in different places, it's even hard for me to define the different services we did. Because we did everything from, we did hot shot trucking that really emerged over the last 2 years, which is crazy, to what we call express moves, straight deliveries. We had a lot of corporate clients, a lot of retail customers. We got guys who are doing a lot of haul offs and stuff. We're doing a lot of deliveries for contractors, a lot of general contractors dropping off stuff on sites. I mean, we do a lot of different stuff. But with contractors, they're much more feast or famine. Again, they're not without, because it's not without its calamity. Everybody is unique. Everyone is different. And they'll tell you, oh, I own my own business. But it's like, dude, I'm feeding you all your work. But whatever. I'm not going to have that discussion with you. I don't need to. I'm going to just revel in your glory, bro. I don't care. You just keep producing. You produce. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to give you everything I can. You just keep performing, because your victories are my victories. Your success is my success. But if you look at the labor force today, man, it's just not like it used to be. It's crazy because nobody wants to work. I mean, you'll get guys who come and interview like, I could work, 3 days a week. what's that gonna do for me? It's like, so my point is, what's the goal? Is the goal to get rich? Is the goal to be a millionaire? Is the goal to be a multi-millionaire? What's that look like? How are you gonna get there? Is it I'm gonna be like Kevin and I'm just gonna go to work? I'm gonna go to work for the broker. Understand that's what you're doing. Don't be fooling yourself. Oh, I'm gonna go build my own business, and then you go to work for the broker because you're working for the broker. You're on their plantation. You're sharecropping for them. So, I want to be a multimillionaire. Okay, that's good. That's good. How much time do you got? Now, what does that picture look like? Do I got 5 years? Could you be a multimillionaire in 5 years? Yeah, especially if you do it right. Now, think about it. Are you going to be a multimillionaire going from one vehicle to two vehicles, working for the brokers? Probably not. Not going to happen. Can you do it if you're doing something like Manny, who, yeah, he had a slow burn, especially, you know, again, he hit a string of bad luck. Because, I mean, literally, this cat is just coming out of the gate, coming out starting, and then they're closing down the economy. So just poor timing. It is what it is. But, I mean, he emerged to the other end, and now he just tripled. So now it's like, what's your life cycle look like? You know, you launched in 2020. You know, we're in 2023. Think about it. That's a huge success. This acquisition is a huge success. Look at the difference of Kevin coming in 2017. I mean, he what, a couple years ago, a year or two ago, what was it? 2021, he had his best year and was like 1.1 something. All right, he regresses, loses like 30-40% last year, and he's on track to lose even more this year. Look at the difference. Now you got Manny, who's been in since 2020, and because of this acquisition, he triples in size. So now look at that in its totality. In 3 years, he's gone from 0 to 1.67 million. That's phenomenal. He's gone in it overnight. Goes from 5 to 15 vehicles. That's phenomenal. And the beautiful thing is, he gets to avoid all. You know, if you're just starting your business, I mean, like any business, you know, you got your challenges, and it's a startup. It's a startup. Everyone knows you got to bootstrap as a startup, but there's lots of challenges. We don't have that through an acquisition. And the beautiful thing, and going back to Manny's situation with his acquisition, is that we were able to be very creative because of everything we had on our side. Motivated seller because of their precarious financial situation, a jacked up economy. Manny's working in the same space, the same marketplace, and Manny's experience. So we were able to leverage all this to create a more creative, oh, look at my little kitties coming out here, to create a more creative opportunity. Look at all my little kitties. All right, they're here. I guess I'm gonna have to cut off my video. Hey, come here.
Yes, Dad.
Hey, look. Hey, Gugu.
How did you do that?
Hey, Gugu, what's our profession?
Line them up, knocking them down.
Line them up, knocking them down. Bella, get over here.
How did you do that?
All right, my kitties are here, so that means this 21-year-old Olympic athlete needs to check out. So until I see you next time, I'll see you at the top. Say goodbye to all the people.
Bye, all the people.
What's our profession?
Line them up, knocking them down.
That's awesome. You kitties are so cool. How'd you get to be so cool? Jesus. That's right.
She's not cool. She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. All right, my peeps. I love you. I'll see you at the top. And just like that, as quickly as they come, as quickly as they go. I'm out with my sister and my two little kitties, my little crumb crunchers. Now you know when you see them, you see how delicious they are. That's time. That's time. And this is why you got to make those bones, stack those chips so you can be with them. Be with your kitties, be with your friends, be with your family, do your thing. So I'll wrap this thing up by saying this. Spend some time and define what you want. Define what you want. Do you want to be a millionaire, multimillionaire? What's the goal? How much money do you want to make? How much time do you have to do it? What's that strategy? What's that plan look like? Does it require you to have multiple businesses? Labor market is crazy. Maybe it's hard for me to find drivers. So maybe if I do NEMT, and home care. It's easier for me to find a limited number of caregivers and a limited number of drivers. Now I've multiplied. Maybe it's I also buy out a existing business. There's a lot of creative opportunities, a lot of creative solutions, folks. So the moral of the story is define what you want. In defining what you want and how quickly you want it, and working backwards will help you flush out and develop that strategy. And don't overlook the like I say in that blog post. Can it hurt to ask, hey, you interested in selling your business? And if yes, all right, well, look, here's the deal. Why don't we sit down and have a real conversation, kind of gather the level of interest, level of motivation. Let's do a market valuation on. Let's do an executive business valuation on, just to get an idea. When I'm doing valuations for people, I do valuations for people who are just thinking about selling, people who are going to sell. They just want to see how much their business is worth, what they think before selling. But there's plenty of times I'll do a valuation for a business that they're looking to buy. And so if the buyer's saying, oh, it's worth $1 million, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, this thing's worth half that. There's a large, arbitrage there that's, but I've seen plenty of instances. I've been part of them. People will say, oh, it's worth $1 million. And I'm like, nah, it's worth $500,000. And we end up closing closer to what I said it was. And it's part of a process. And you got to enjoy that process. But we can't be stupid. We can't be like I talk about the example we had last year where, the business is doing like 450,000 or not. It wasn't even that. It was like just over 4, I think. And they're trying, these people are like, oh, it's worth 2.2 million. Are you insane? Are you insane? That's just flipping insane. That's absolutely insane. So before my kiddies come back out here and jump back up on their daddy, their 21-year-old Olympic athlete daddy, I'll send this off in a more appropriate fashion. But invest serious time and effort and soul searching into defining what you want. Being the biggest. Look at Manny. He just tripled in size. That all looks great, sounds great. It's going to be great on paper, going to be great in the bank account. That's not to say it's not without its challenges. And we've already talked about, after we close, we have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of heavy lifting to not only bring the two businesses together, rebrand it all. We're totally on the back end, totally re-strategizing everything. It's all about, at that point in time, it's about risk management, protecting the business, protecting the assets, getting the money out, keeping it safe, moving the business, move the money out, push it through our system to limit its exposure to taxation, protect it from, you never know when something's going to happen. So you always got to be practicing risk management. So, but all right, folks, I've already talked long enough, so I'm going to cut this off. And until I see you again, keep plotting and planning. And my kiddies, the whole lining them up, knocking them down. When we were on vacation, we were bowling. And they were all impressed. They were all surprised to see how well this 21-year-old Olympic athlete, how good I was at bowling. I told my wife, honey, listen, I'm a phenomenon. What do you want me to tell you? I mean, God may be an international sex symbol. You were able to marry this international sex symbol. You just didn't realize I was a good bowler too. Oh, folks, it's all about having fun. All about having fun and enjoying your family and your kiddies. All right, I'm out. I'll see you at the top.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go,